You spent years in government before joining OpenAI. What belief about AI changed once you saw frontier AI up close?
I am now deeply of the view that this is a fundamental step change for what human life is going to look like. I mean, if you think about electricity and like before and after electricity, I would go back to that because I actually think it's the closest analogous technology that I can think of. It's totally foundational. It's much more of a utility. It's very, it has some of the same infrastructure requirements and components for it to be able to work and make people's lives better. It is also fundamentally dangerous in ways that it introduced net new risks into the world. I think most of us take for granted, I would say, that we as a society have figured out how to generate much more of the benefits out of electricity than harm from it. If you think about it, the same technology that gave us the ability to conduct surgery on an embryo in utero and like allows you to do something unthinkable before the advent of electricity is the same technology that gave rise to the nuclear bomb. Both of those things are true, and yet I think most of us would agree that the net benefit to society of having electricity in our lives and what it has enabled in terms of, just changing the way that humans live was well worth it. But we had to grapple really seriously with how to deal with the safety concerns. And to me, AI is fundamentally similar in that I think it is going to enable and already is enabling pretty extraordinary things for people. We are seeing entirely new mathematical discoveries and net new scientific discoveries. We are, you know, at the beginning, I think, of changing the way that people work and what work means. And I think a lot of good is going to come from that. And I also think it's true that there's going to be some things that are either new risks that are introduced into the world or negative consequences that come from the technology that are unintended byproducts of what it does. And I think those two things, I still am of the belief that the positives and what I think is possible on the much more optimistic side will outweigh in the end whatever negatives arise from this technology, especially if we have a whole of government and a whole of society approach to it.